If it's 5 a.m. for you, why are you awake? Woke up at 2 a.m. and violently threw up. Then woke up again at around 4:30 a.m. and violently threw up again. At this time it was only bile. The final time was around 6 a.m. Woke up again and just threw up bile water. So clearly I'm now sick. I've just been up since my last throw. Now suffering from a high temp and sickness, still trying to work out how I can inform my work. I just got back from an illness yesterday, so now it's awkward to ring in again. I've been consistently waking up between 3 to 5 a.m. for a while now. The classic witching hour feeling. Sometimes it's because the cats decide to wake me up. I think that they feel I'm not that deep asleep and come and ask for pets. Some mornings I can fall asleep for a little while longer, but since I get up at 6 a.m. to get ready for work, it's often pointless to try to sleep at 5 a.m. The cats riled up the dogs, and the dogs thought that meant it was food time, and one of them always needs a wee before he eats, so I send them all out for a wee because they're now all up and whining. But now I'm going back to bed because breakfast isn't till 06:30, and they'll absolutely not be getting breakfast any earlier, because if they do one day, they'll want it every other day too. It's a triumph for me to be awake at 5 a.m. because it means I've corrected my sleep schedule. For a while I was sleeping 8 a.m. 8 p.m. I work midnights. No idea why. Whenever I work midnights, I end up sleeping 12 hours a day, and my week is literally nothing but work. Get ready for work, and sleep. I work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I eat dinner by 5 p.m. I'm reading in bed by 7 p.m. and out by 8:30 p.m. I'm usually up by 4:30 a.m. and love coffee news Reddit before getting ready for work. 20 years ago I hated going to bed early. Now I love it. 1 year to retirement. I read The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, and it inspired me to wake up at 5 a.m. every day and start my day. You can get a lot more done in your day when you wake up early. I also use the quiet time to pray and be still with myself whilst there's silence and stillness. Because I keep telling myself I'll work out before it's time to get ready for work and kid to school. But then I say I'll start tomorrow over and over again until 6 months go by. Anyway, I'll just take this time to be alone and drink my coffee in peace. It's 6 now, but I've been up for nearly an hour. I don't like sleep or dreams. I woke from one that wasn't great, and so I got up to get some water and got on my phone as a way to reset. Clear that dream from my head so I can get back to sleep. I'm always awake at 5 a.m. I'm big on those quiet pre-dawn hours as my me time. Just me and a cup of coffee and my cats and the quiet. Especially since becoming a SAHM, it's often my only real reprieve all day once the little tornado wakes up. Sick with flu-like symptoms. Fell asleep around noon yesterday and woke up around midnight last night today. Felt well enough to get some food in me. Now, I'm watching the news until I'm tired enough to go back to sleep. Don't have a child, but a friend who is a single mum needed someone to get our autistic little girl off to school in the morning. Never thought I'd be okay getting up at 4:30 a.m, but it's honestly the best part of my day. I had so much heat to spill to my husband from my shift last night that I wanted to wake up and tell him before he had to go to work all day, and I had no one to vent to. I got off work late and he went to bed early. My brain is a hot mess. Bright lights, migraine. Loud sounds. Migraine. Strong smells, migraine. My body has decided the optimum time to sleep is like 6 a.m. 3 p.m. to avoid the worst of those triggers. Found out the one girl who I missed an opportunity with, and I haven't talked in years, wants to follow me on a social media site randomly. Just when I started thinking about her again. Time for 38 a.m. Why am I up? Husband be home soon. We got ahead for now, so he'll probably work enough to buy some Delta 8 pens tomorrow since we were able to pay for our storage unit. I start work at 5 a.m, so I'm already sitting at my desk. That, I get out at 2 p.m, so I'm home in time to get my kid off the bus every day. It's a worthy trade-off. but I'm always tired. I gotta clock in and drive a bus at 5:30 left house at 4:15 because I live an hour away. Then I teach art to adults with developmental disabilities and leave at 2 p.m. so worth it. Time change, it was 2 a.m. at Dubai, slept for the entire flight. So wasn't tired, I am from India, so it was close to 5 a.m. in India, adjusted at the second day, and my trip was 5 days long. It's my normal wake-up time. I sleep 6 hours, and then before my wife wakes up I spend hours drinking coffee and obsessively scrolling Reddit, FB, and Twitter feeds. I'm 30 minutes away from finishing my 12-hour night shift. USCG watch standard. The maritime community never sleeps, and someone has to keep an eye out for distress calls. I needed to get to the office earlier than my usual time today. Got nervous, side oversleep, so ended up not falling asleep the whole night. Does that count as insomnia? I don't know if it applies since it's 6 a.m. and I'm just getting to this post. But I got woken up at 5 to help my daughter use the bathroom, and that was it for me. Often my 3D printers are running in my bedroom, and you can't sleep without some sort of earplugs in due to the loudness of high-speed 3D printers. And I hate earplugs. I woke up at 5:30 so I could shower and exercise before work. Normally I get up at 6 a.m., but this is something new I've been doing for a couple weeks, and I love it. I take a fistful of dexamethasone on Mondays as part of my cancer treatments. Make for a shitty sleep. But still here to complain about it, not today, cancer. Started a new job on third shift. I'm writing this in my car while I'm giving my feet a chance to stop screaming for help. Gonna pass out big time when I get home. My sleep schedule is fucked. I woke up at 8 p.m., took a nap between to 4 a.m., and now I'm up for the day. Isn't it good to be up early in the morning though? LOL. My dog started screaming at 3 a.m. He isn't doing well. End of life situation. So here I am, sitting with him, comforting him anytime he starts crying. I smoked some sativa because I didn't have any indica. So now I've got 4 different ideas bouncing around in my head. But I'm slowly wanting to go to sleep. I wake up at 4:30. I could sleep in, but I enjoy the quiet time in the morning. Plus now, we caught 4 kittens and they got to be fed and their area cleaned. 5-month-old woke me up at 2:45. Had to get my husband up for work at 3:30. Currently for 57, trying to get the baby back to sleep so I can get some more too. A night shift I didn't want because the actual night shifter got into a car wreck. God forbid an afternoon worker do this shit. I usually come in at 6 a.m. as a server, work dinner service. Don't get home until after 11 p.m. Plus insomnia, addict, OCD, depression, anxiety, addiction, so on and so forth. It is 2:32 a.m. here, and my alarm goes off at 2:45. So I'm just chilling with a hot cuppa because sleeping for 13 minutes would just piss me off. It isn't. But if it were, there is one of two reasons. I either need to use the restroom, or a nightmare woke me up. It is usually the latter. It's 5:04 a.m. as I type this. I'm leaving for Air Force training in 5 days. So I'm getting my body used to waking up and sleeping on time. I just got home from work a few hours ago. Late shift. 4 p.m. 1 a.m. Ate dinner and relax. So long as I'm asleep before 6. It's okay though. Took a nap after dinner. Not sleepy now. Plus it's me time. I can read some Reddits and listen to some tunes while everyone else sleeps. Major anxiety, my work bestie is being let go, and he'll take on the whole depth solo now. Startup life. Plus I sleep like shit usually. Been retired for about 5 years and used to get up at 5:15 every day for work. Literally have never been able to break the cycle. Usually I can't wait to begin a new day. So many awesome things to do, and I am waking up like this every day without the alarm. I got a baby and a horrible financial situation. Not that I would be sleeping anyway since I have insomnia and ADHD, but you know, I usually wake up at that time. It's 12:1 for here now. but I woke up at 5:03 this morning and usually wake up around that time. Getting ready for work, I get up before 5 a.m. Take dog out, prepare lunches, eat breakfast, drink multiple mugs of coffee. Alarm went off. Gotta get up for work. Now lying in bed debating on staying home though since I'm feeling under the weather. Insomnia, anxiety, existential panic, loneliness. And I slept most of yesterday because I have a touch of the depression. Been up for 40 minutes at that point. I don't like jumping out of bed and straight to work, or I'm even angrier than usual. I made the mistake of deciding to watch Forensic Files at around 1. Several episodes and rabbit holes later. Here we are, 130 comments, and no one else. Just got up for a bladder break, and then stupidly opened up Reddit. For him, but close enough. In hospital waiting on phlebotomist to draw blood. Hoping to go home today. Post-heart valve surgery. Fingers crossed. I play during my work hours WFH, and then to make up for the day I have to work at night. My sleep schedule is fucked. Acid reflux. Even with the strongest meds, and knew my gastro specialist is a complete twat and blew off any concerns. I get up at 5 to feed all the animals. Then I do a few chores until about 9 a.m. and then go back to bed for 2 hours. My dad is having surgery to have bladder cancer removed at 11 a.m. and I'm worried sick that they're gonna find more.